Welcome, welcome, welcome. For some reason, my camera was not connecting, so I'm a few minutes past when I actually scheduled it. I was actually ready to go when I scheduled it at 11:10. I scheduled it for 11:15, and I was having some type of issue. So now here I am. What is going on, guys? Thank you guys all for waiting. I seen there was quite a few of you guys in here waiting for me to start. So now here we are. Hopefully everything else is working because I did not check the microphone. So let's make sure the microphone is right. And the microphone is not right. So the microphone should be correct now. So it just seems like StreamYard is just toying with me at this point. But now the audio should be correct. If you notice an audio difference, I don't know what was going on. My camera was not connected to StreamYard. My audio had changed now. I didn't check it before I started up once I got the camera to work. So here we are at another stream. French Fries is requesting it. A couple people in the Discord requesting it. So now here I am with the hold on. Ali said the fresh cut here. Look, I will do something very unique. You know, there's some MMA YouTubers out there that will not show you their hairline. There's my hairline right there. Take it for what you will. Make fun of it. I don't care. I'm showing you the hairline on the channel. There's some MMA channels that won't show you their face. I'll show you my face on the channel. I'll show you my hairline on the channel. I'll show you, I don't know. I'm not even going any further than that. I don't know. I was going to say whatever you want. But we're a fully transparent channel here. If you guys want to make fun of me for the hairline, go ahead. But I think it looks pretty good. My grandfather passed away at 82, and he had a full head of hair when he died. So I'm hoping that I end up the same. I hope I have a full head of hair when I'm in my 80s. So there you go. All right. We start off the stream a little bit different today, talking about fresh cuts. I see a couple of you guys already saying fresh cut. I hope you like the haircut. I hope you like it. One of these days, I'm just going to come in with a different haircut. I don't know what kind of haircut I should even get. I've always just wore my hair like just regular. But anyway, let's get on to some MMA. Let's go. What's up, Derek? Derek, thank you again for your donation the other night. I really, really appreciate it. You now have the largest donation in channel history. I appreciate you. We'll see if one day somebody tops Derek. Derek donated $200 on the stream the other day in one single donation was what I'm saying. So we'll see. Maybe one day somebody will top it and hit a 300. Imagine Venom Joey with waves. Yeah, imagine I get the Venom thing right in the side here. That'd be pretty funny. Bro, my hairline got me looking like Pennywise. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, Derek, but I'm sure it's all right. Do you think Yuri can dominate the division? No. I think it'll be the division. The division will play hot potato. I just don't see Yuri defending 3, 4, 5 times. I see maybe defending one more time, and then he's going to lose. Whether it's to Glover in a rematch, whether it's to Magomed Ankalaev, whether it's to Jamal Hill, I have a hard time believing that Yuri Prochazka is going to be able to have a long run in the light heavyweight division. What's up? I'm happy I did not miss the stream. What's going on? I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here for the stream, Mark. Joey, I'm the guy who goes to all the fights. I live in Arizona where I'm close to a lot of the major cities. I went to Dallas last week. I'm going to San Diego this week. I got my 5th row ticket for $300. That's awesome, man. I hope you have a good time. Enjoy yourself, man. You got the big dollars. I see you got the big dollars. Looks pretty good. Thank you. Nice cut. Fix the beard. What's wrong with the beard? I like the beard how it is. I like having a lanky beard. I don't see what's going on. If you want me to fix my beard, you're going to have to donate. You got all this money for all these tickets. Where's the super chat donation, dude? What's going on here? Maybe you should try the low fade. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to be honest. Low fade. What is that? Long on top and short on the sides? Is that what that is? I don't know. I have no idea. Thanks for coming to my mini stream. Show my skills for my MMA Joey stream debut. Thank you. Great picks last week. Thank you. I try. Charles or Islam? I'm going Charles by submission most likely, but I can see a path to victory where Islam potentially wins by wrestling control and ground and pound and potentially, even a TKO ground and pound finish. What is up, Fast? What's going on? Appreciate you coming to the stream, my friend. What is up, Merk Lee? I appreciate you as well. What's Yuri's biggest weakness? Striking defense deficiencies is what I can say. He's too hittable, way too hittable. And then on top of that, he has the ability to be out-grappled as well. So there's quite a few. What's up, Joey? How was your day? And the beard is fire, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're a supportive community here. So I appreciate you. Bo Nickel to the moon. I'm not even watching Dana White's Contender Series. They put me off with week 1. I can't do it anymore. No, it's like length. It's like WTV length. You want it faded on the sides. They're low and high and mid. I have no idea what that means. You're going to have to explain that a little bit more. A fade is what Vera about to catch this weekend. Okay. Def Stream Contender Series this week. I just don't think I can do it, Sinister. I really don't. Charles by 3rd round triangle. That'd be crazy. Imagine Islam's out grappling him and he pulls off a triangle. Do you think Gordon Ryan ever had a fight? Is that the guy fighting Bo Nickel? I have no idea. I have no idea who that even is. $2 super chat donation. Trim the neck more? What do you mean, man? This is what I like right here. Why are so many Makhachev fans so delusional about his striking tolerance and how unproven it is? Oliveira's going to hit Islam some more each and every opportunity he has like never before. I don't know. I think the Islam fans are delusional because of the connection to Khabib. For some reason, they just shook right off Khabib, and Khabib passed all his cult-like following down to Islam. And any critique of Islam Makhachev's skill set is for some reason just an absolute travesty in the world of Islam Makhachev fans. So it's just crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. His striking, every time I've said that Islam Makhachev's striking is terrible and that if the fight plays out on the feet, Oliveira is going to starch him, I've gotten comments saying, you don't know what you're talking about and blah, blah, blah. They're straight up delusional. I don't know why. There's cult-like followings for every fan base, and they will just continue to be a cult-like following. They will always exist, whether it's Conor McGregor, Sean O'Malley, Islam Makhachev, Khabib. There will be a cult-like following for a lot of popular fighters where no matter what their skill set is, they will lie and be delusional about it. How badly does Khamzat beat Diaz? It's going to be hard to watch, I believe. I think Khamzat might carry him a little bit and just kind of play with him a little bit. So there you go. Do you ever buy anything at the UFC store? I think not really, but I think I bought, it's like a Khabib Conor picture. It's the one in the back corner, like right here, and it's a piece of canvas on it. I think that's the only thing I've ever bought from the store, and that's before they had an autograph, and then I bought an autograph from another website of Khabib after he choked out Conor. If Islam wins, do you see Volk come up? Yeah, I think he will regardless. If Alex runs right through Izzy, what is next for Izzy? A rematch with Alex, I believe. Venom Gear, yeah. Do you think Vera could TKO Cruz? Yes, I do. But Cruz is very good. He does have a good recovery. He's only ever been TKO'd once. Funny enough, before I got on stream, I uploaded my Marlon Vera versus Dominick Cruz full breakdown and prediction, and I will be releasing it on the channel at the end of this stream. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. I've been pumping out the videos recently. Let's actually go see if it's finished processing yet. I'm curious. Yeah, it looks like it's fully finished processing. 4K and everything. So the prediction for Marlon Vera versus Dominick Cruz will be out at the end of this stream. The last Dana White Contender Series was fire, all finishes. I know you saw that Chris Duncan come back. Yeah, but I'm just so tired of low-level fights, honestly. And I just don't think I can do it anymore. But maybe I will. Izzy versus Jones for the Ultimate Fighter season? Yeah. But are they going to fight at the end? Because Jones would wreck Izzy badly. What's your opinion on Andrew Tate? You don't have to answer if you don't want. I barely know who he is. is he even fighting anyone? Is he boxing anyone? I think people have a weird, sometimes it's like a fad obsession with people. And to be quite honest, I don't know nothing about his fighting ability, but the stuff that I've seen circulating online, the guy just seems like a total douche. So you get whatever length you want to keep it, the way it is, or cut a little off, whatever you prefer, then fade the back and sides. I'll show you in Discord. It's pretty fresh. You got the beard for it. Okay, show me in Discord. I'm going to go take a look. Okay. I guess you'll show me it later. I don't see nothing in Discord. I had a notification. I thought it was you. Our tickets sold out for 281. I have no idea. By the way, guys, if you have not yet liked the stream, do me a favor and like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. What's more likely, Islam submits Charles or Charles TKOs Islam? I think Charles TKOs Islam is more likely. If you knocked out someone cold in the UFC in a high-profile fight, what would your celebration be? I think I would just play it cool, calm. You know, just walk off like a Khalil Roundtree sometimes he's done. Something like that. I think the reason why Charles has more chance to win, because he has more ways to win. Islam, only way to win is control him for 25 minutes. And that's too long for Charles not to find a finish. I think Islam could finish him with ground and pound, or also, what are we looking at here? What's going on here? What am I getting notified of? Something about boxing. I think Islam has a couple ways to. Hold on, what are we getting here? Oh, I see. Maybe I'll get that. Maybe I'll go to a barber and tell him to give me that. I could see Islam getting a ground and pound finish on the ground. I could see him getting a submission on the ground. But I think most likely path to victory for Islam is via decision, controlling him with the grappling. Where I do think Charles is more likely to possibly get a submission on a takedown attempt, a guillotine, or submit him on the ground, or TKO him on the feet. I've been consistently saying Oliveira by guillotine for a long while, but I may go Oliveira via TKO on the feet. There's currently only 11 fights on UFC 279, but Sanhagen Yadong has 15 in total. Will they ever add any more to 279? I hope so. For the love of God, I hope so. That's the worst card I've ever seen in my life. Yan versus TJ, who you taking? Yan all day long. Thoughts on Neil ranked 8 in the division? I think that kind of makes sense. I'd like to see Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Can Song beat TJ or Sterling? Probably not, but with his power, it's possible. With his power, it's very possible. I rewatched Leon versus Diaz a few days ago, and the UFC put up the video. Crazy how Nate could take a beating for that long. He was getting really beat up. Brady gets Colby when he beats Bilal. I want to see Colby Khamzat. I really want to see Colby Khamzat. We really appreciate your hard work, bro. For real. Thank you, Antoine. I have a feeling that Costa Rockhold will be called off. I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me. Do you see the hype of Oliveira Makhachev fight increase the likeliness of Khabib coming back if Charles wins? No, but it's always possible. It's always possible. If Jose Aldo, top 3 fighter, I think he doesn't get a lot of hype or recognition by the fans. Yes, I do. I believe he's one of the GOATs in MMA, all-time GOATs, regardless of division. Now he's a retired kickboxer. He's just very smart, it seems, at least. Yeah, I think there's some people, and I don't know. I literally don't know. You could be totally right. There's some people that just talk a certain way to make themselves seem smart, but really they're saying nothing but a bunch of shit. So maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But there is a lot of people who talk very smart when in all reality, they're just full of shit. He's a 4-time kickboxing champion. Never seen him fight. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, honestly. Was a decent kickboxer. December card will probably be Prohaska versus Glover 2. I think December will probably be John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. I'm thinking Francis is coming back, and that's why the fight's gotten put off. Dabrowski, thank you for the $5 holla. I appreciate your donation very, very much. Neil looked amazing. He beat Luque at his own game and finished him. I hope we get Neil versus Burns next. Would you prefer Neil versus Burns or Neil versus Shavkat? I love both of them, but I would particularly love Neil versus Shavkat. I think that makes a lot of sense right now. But Neal looked amazing. I used to have really high hopes for Neal, and then he kind of started to look like a little bit like shit. And then I was kind of off the Neal train. And then what he did against Vicente Luque, he exposed him. I mean, it was the same thing that happened against Wonderboy. I thought he had shored up some of those deficiencies. He got out-grappled by Bilal. But I'm dying. I feel bad for Burns. I want to get Burns a decent fight where he's not fighting to test an up-and-comer. I'd like to see Burns versus Jorge Masvidal next, and I'd like to see Shavkat versus Jeff Neal. I think all of them are amazing matchups regardless of what happens. But I just feel bad. Burns already took a borderline, a not even ranked top 10 Khamzat Chimaev. Why are we going to get – I guess Jeff Neal wouldn't – it wouldn't be bad. And he did say he would fight him, but I'd like to give him a bigger fight like a Jorge Masvidal fight. Thank you again, Dabrowski, for your $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Has a solid record, good technique, crazy power. I don't think he could have made it to the highest levels of kickboxing. Okay. Who is fighting besides Izzy Alex on UFC 281? Not official yet, but Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. I think Tito had a really cool celebration. Great. I hate Tito Ortiz, so I can't compliment him on anything. Let's be honest. If Islam wasn't Khabib's protege, he probably wouldn't have gotten a title shot. You're probably right on that. And nobody would really even care about his fight style. McKinney versus Diaz. Who wins? I think McKinney wins. I think McKinney stuffs those takedowns and brutalizes. I think they call him Jacassi. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name anymore because I've heard it so many different ways. But I think McKinney brutalizes him, TKOs him. I think Islam can TKO Charles, but I think it'll be very hard for him. Remember, Chandler hurt Oliveira badly, and then Charles survived the ground and pound. Islam did not finish people with ground and pound recently. Well, he finished Bobby Green, but that's a whole different, level. When do you think John Jones comes back? November or December? Max January. How do you see a 3-rounder Cruz versus Edgar going right now? I think Cruz beats him up, outlands him, and wins a decision. Maybe they have plans of moving Rockhold. Then that would leave 278 looking barren. Who has the best recovery right now? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Merab got in trouble with Marlon, so I think Aldo has a chance. I mean, Aldo's Merab's toughest test. It could have arguably been stopped in the Marlon fight against Merab. I think Aldo wins that fight. Rachmanov versus Luque, who wins and how? Rachmanov probably by submission. Why they doing my girl Marina Rodriguez so dirty? Why the F is she fighting Lemos? It's a great fight. I don't know why. I don't think they're doing her dirty, but if she wins that, she's right up in the title discussion. But I get, maybe you could see her fight for a title now. I think if she wins that fight, she'll be right up there. Neal would definitely test Shavkat. Yeah, I'd love to see that matchup. Still think Masvidal could beat Burns, I think. That's why I want to see the fight. I'd love to see it. Burns versus Masvidal is the fight to make. I agree. Francis and Fury really tried the hardest to promote a fight. So glad it didn't happen. I hope it still doesn't happen. Okay, Joey, book a championship fight between any two fighters ever at any weight. I'll say prime Anderson Silva, prime John Jones at 205. Even though I think John Jones takes him down and beats him up anyway. But I always dreamed of that fight. Who the hell is Wonderboy going to fight? Michelle Pieta, maybe? Could RDA beat Armin? Yes, but I would probably pick Armin. What's next for Umar Nurmagomedov? Is he fighting UFC 280 card along with his cousins? There's no answer for that yet. But I'd still like to see him against Jack Shore, but I don't know what they're going to book for him. Ricky Simone was talked about, but Simone doesn't want that fight. But I could see the UFC forcing their hand and saying, we're doing Nurmagomedov versus Simone. I think Justin versus Fiziev will happen. I got Fiziev. I agree with you. I think it'll happen November, December. Will Chris Daukaus fight again, and do you find him entertaining? Yes, he will fight again. Do I find him entertaining? Not, he doesn't stand out to me. But, yeah. Let's say Francis comes back and John Jones beats him and defends the belt against Stipe or Gane. Will that be undebatable GOAT of MMA then? Let's say Francis comes back and John Jones beats him and defends the belt successfully. Yes. Undoubtedly, it would be over. He'd be the GOAT. What did you think of Font versus Vera fight? I thought Font landed a lot of heavy shots on Vera and hurt him badly a few times. No, I don't agree with that. He landed a lot of good shots on him. I don't think Vera was ever really rocked. And, Font did when I picked Font to win that fight, he did exactly what I thought he would do. He just has pillow hands, and he was never rocking Vera, and the damage that Vera had on his face wasn't even significant. And Vera, at the end of every round, he was rocking him. I actually talk about it in depth in my prediction video for Cruz versus Vera, which will be out at the end of this stream. Do you think Sean O'Malley earns a title shot if he beats Jan? Yes, 100%. They will give him a title shot. How many more you think Cruz has in the tank? Maybe 3 or 4, I would say. Thoughts on Din Thomas? Why would you think of him and Lauren Senko joining the commentary every now and then? I mean, he's all right. I don't particularly love or hate him. Burns is chinny a little bit. Arnold Allen versus Bryce Mitchell for #1 contender, please. I love that fight. I love that fight. I'm thinking really hard about going to the Izzy card at MSG. I would probably go, but just the traveling, and it's super expensive, and I want to get really good tickets. But I thought about it too, but I'm probably not going to go till maybe next MSG card or something like that, or maybe Las Vegas next year. So I've already been to MSG. I kind of want to go to Las Vegas for an event. So maybe next year. Maybe when the channel takes off and I can support myself going to an event with the money I make from the channel, then I'm definitely going. Who wins pure boxing, Islam or Charles? Is that even a question? Charles, for sure. Could Cody beat Umar? Yes. But I would be scared he gets KO'd with a head kick, to be honest. Charles wins on pure boxing for sure. Bryce Mitchell, Brian Ortega. I think Brian Ortega submits him. I love that fight. Is UFC 280 the greatest pay-per-view of all time in terms of skill level? Yes. Thoughts on Nikolai? I always forget how to pronounce his name. Looked good in his last fight. I mean, the finishing sequence was brutal. I don't know how far he'll go in the division, but he looked pretty good in his last fight. This might sound crazy, but Holloway Ortega isn't quite how most people remember. Holloway clearly was winning, but Ortega landed some good shots. More than I remember. Yeah, but he still got brutalized pretty badly. But fair enough. Besides Piotr Jan, who's the most dangerous opponent for Jose Aldo? I think it's TJ or Sandhagen. TJ for sure. The cardio. Yair Rodriguez acting entitled and waiting for a title shot is really rubbing me the wrong way. Yeah, I agree. It's actually annoying. Vera's durability and cardio are his biggest assets. I agree as well, and I actually mentioned that in the video. How would a Yair versus Allen fight end? That'd be a competitive fight. Allen's super well-rounded. I'd probably pick Yair by finish, though. If you keep getting these $100 donations, you might end up going, yeah. If anybody wants to slide me a $100 donation, feel free to super chat it to me right now. I'll cry live on stream. You think AJ McKee's going to run out his Bellator contract and join the UFC? He has 2 more fights? Yes. I think that's his plan. I think AJ McKee wants to be in the UFC. I think he's even said as much. People think Burns would beat Masvidal easily, but I don't think that's true. Burns not a wrestler, but a BJJ fighter. Masvidal has good BJJ defense, and the stand-up will be competitive as well. And also, Masvidal has nasty power and sneaky striking, and Burns is a little bit chinny. So there's that. Does Cody retire if he loses his next fight? If he gets slept by Ronnie Yaya, he might as well retire. I mean, I don't know how he could carry on. I don't know how he could carry on. What did you think of Johnny Walker hype when he first joined the UFC? I was on the Johnny Walker hype. I liked the movement. I liked the footwork. He was big. He was long. But I knew he hadn't been tested, so I wasn't sure how he would do, and he got exposed by Corey Anderson. Who wins, Khamzat or Colby? I would go Khamzat. I think he's the better striker. Has more power, too. So I would pick Khamzat Chimaev. Will my boy Sandhagen ever be champ? And who's more exciting KO artist, Corey or Yair? I think they both are. It's hard to say in the 135-pound division. I'll say Sandhagen, no, he's never going to be champ, unfortunately. One of the best fighters to never be champion. Who's more exciting KO artist? I think Corey has more KOs off the top of my head, so I'll say Corey. Thoughts on Cortez? Looked good on the Contender Series champ potential. I missed last week, so I don't even know. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. I could see Cody getting reckless and getting submitted. I don't think so. I don't even think it's going to end up on the ground. Ronnie Yaya doesn't have good takedowns. What was the first UFC event you watched? I don't know about watched, but watched live was Rampage Rashad Evans. UFC 114, I believe it was. Excited for Bo Nickal's UFC debut tomorrow night. Honestly, I don't get excited for these hype trains at all. I mean, he's got a funny name. People are hyping him up. I don't really care all that much. But I see a lot of people are. Card this week is straight garbage. Yeah, it's a terrible card. Outside the main event, it's just straight up dog shit. If UFC could have a 165-pound division, I personally think would be champion in that division, but there's so many other fighters. Yeah, I don't know who would. It's so tough to see because who would even go to that division? I hate change, so I prefer the weight classes the way they are. Do you think the UFC will feed Cejudo to Holloway? And could Cejudo win that? Cejudo could not win that. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but it's possible. I think the UFC is going to give Cejudo the worst possible matchup, but right now there's nobody available. Never. Angela Hill about to be the next Sam Alvey. Huge losing streak and not getting cut. When is she? Is she fighting on this week's card? Is she fighting on this week's card? Let's take a look. 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 I don't even know who's on the card. I just remember it's garbage. Yes, she is. Lupi Godinez. Yeah, Godinez is going to beat her ass. Out-grapple her probably. Out-grapple her, I believe. Yeah, so we will see. We will see, but I hope she gets cut. She's terrible. Suter needs to F off where he came. Yeah. I don't want to see I hate his corny ass coach. Who wins these matchups? Strickland versus Costa. I got Costa. Strickland versus Cannonier. I'd probably go Cannonier. It's tough to say though. But I would definitely take Costa off of over Strickland for sure. I'm just checking something out real quick, guys. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Continue. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Okay. Continue. No. Keep the questions coming, guys. We'll probably go for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'm going to release my prediction video for the main event this Saturday. Okay. Want to private that. Go ahead. Boom. Publish. Okay, let's go to Gmail now. Okay. Thoughts on Jocelyn Edwards? She looks okay, but I don't think she's ever going to be towards the top of the division. But she's decent. She's decent for sure. But again, I don't think it's going to be the top of the division. She beat the chick with the mole. I don't even remember. There was a couple fights I thought Hill won, but it wasn't. It was close enough where I wasn't dying on that hill. How does Till versus Hall fight end? I think Till wins. I think he probably TKOs him. She arguably beat Lemos. I don't remember. I'll buy your ticket for MSG. Damn, Sinister, dude. What the hell? You got a ridiculous amount of cash to blow? I might have to take you up on that. I don't know if I feel right about that. Henry's coach versus Diego's coach. I take Henry's. Now I take Diego's coach. He's got the touch of death. What has underrated grappling despite never really using it? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that we hear, oh, this guy has great grappling. Justin Gaethje has great grappling. This and that and this and that. And then we never see it. And then when they fight a certain opponent that has good grappling, they end up getting exposed. I mean, how many times do we hear about Justin Gaethje's grappling before the Khabib fight? 1 million times. And, it didn't end up working out for him at all. Have you watched Izzy Alex kickboxing fights? No, not in their entirety yet. I will, though. Is Yuri versus Glover fight of the year for sure? I think it might be fight of the decade. It might be I know it's recency biased, but it might be my favorite fight of all time. It might literally be my favorite fight of all time. MSG card prediction. Main event will be Izzy Adesanya versus Alex Pereira for the middleweight title. Co-main event, maybe Weili Zhang versus Carlos Barza. And then Chandler Gaethje on the card as well. I live in San Diego and not going. Yeah, I wish the card was better. If the card was better, would you have went? The haircut is nice. MMA Joey. Thank you, John Mundy. Thank you. Best fighter to never win a belt. I'll say Yoel Romero, but there's probably a couple options for that. I was going to, but rest of the card's not great. Yeah, it's not, I know what you mean. Hot take, Rockhold decisions Costa. I could see that happening, but that is a hot take. I just don't trust Rockhold's chin. Who are some fighters currently in the UFC who has terrible boxing? Usman, Colby, Aljamain Sterling has some of the ugliest striking I've ever seen in my life. Juliana Pena, I mean, I believe I could outstrike her. So I really want to go to UFC 281. I would love to go to 281, but how much would that cost? That would cost like $2,000 just in a flight. I've been to MSG many times for New York Rangers games, and it's beautiful, and I would love to see a fight in the Garden. That would be awesome. I went to 244, if you remember, with my dude MMA Joey. Like, what a way to meet up. That would be nuts. Could you imagine everyone in their Venom gear meets up at MSG? Sandhagen versus Sean. I would pick Sandhagen if that's what you're asking for a prediction. When I went, my tickets, I got like the first elevation. I think I paid about $450 a ticket, dude. It's really expensive. If I went, I like to go a couple days ahead of time, like a day or two. I like to go on Thursday. I think I went on I only went one time, but I went on Thursday and went to the presser on Thursday because they usually do a presser for the next event on Thursday. And then Friday, I like to go to the weigh-ins as well. Or they might do the presser and the weigh-ins on Friday. I think that's what they did in my case. I think I got there on Thursday. I explored. Then Friday, I went to the presser and the weigh-ins. I went for the UFC 245 presser. Who has a bigger chance of an upset, Nate or Sean O'Malley? Sean O'Malley for sure. How would have Bisping Robert would have gone? Robert Whittaker would have beat him up pretty badly. Justin doesn't seem to have good grappling. He just has good wrestling. He uses his wrestling background to defend takedowns. Yeah, I agree. If the card has a good co-main, I would have been there for sure, but have other plans, so it has to be worth it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the main event, but the card leaves a lot to be desired. Rockhold might eat a head kick, to be honest, or a right hook, or a body shot. I don't trust his chin, though. Pena might be pound for pound the worst MMA striker we've ever seen. I mean, she's literally garbage. I literally believe you could blindfold me, get me high and drunk, and I would still have more technical striking than Juliana Pena. And she wants a trilogy, and she's blaming it on the Swance. She's blaming it on the stance switch of Nunes. Disturbing. Making Askren look like a god. That's hilarious, bro. Do you like women main events on fight nights? It depends what it is. For me, it's all about what it is. Yan Xiaonan, Mackenzie Dern, absolutely not. I've never been to a UFC event in person. What's it like? They're just blasting music in between fights. Both pay-per-views I've went to have had really good pacing because of the way the fights have played out. But sometimes you may be sitting there for 30, 45 minutes until the next fight starts. But basically, in between fights, it's just a big party blaring music. What do you think Yan's game plan will be against Sean? Shell up and kick the legs and counterpunch. What were your thoughts on Nick Diaz, Anderson Silva? It wasn't the greatest fight. Didn't live up to the hype at all, but I thought it was a fun matchup at the time. Like I sit bridge for MSG, and it's so great. What does that mean? Like I sit bridge. I don't know what that means. Fresh cut, brother. Thank you, George Sullivan. I appreciate it. You should try to grapple a little bit early, work the legs, and find openings in the two. Yan, I was like, what am I grappling for? Yeah, I mean, I think he could out-grapple Sean, but I think he'll show up and catch the legs, and if he starts loosening the striking exchanges at all, he will grapple. What's more entertaining to you, Rockhold versus – who's more entertaining to you, Rockhold versus Costa? Costa. Short prediction on UFC 280 card so far, Charles versus Islam, TJ. I'm going Islam. I'm going Oliveira. I'm going TJ. I'm going Bilal. I'm going Yan. I'm going Beneil. I'm going Volkan, and I'm going Makhachev. Mokhachev's most likely, it's easy win for him. Volkan versus Krylov, I'm probably leaning Krylov. Hamrot versus Beneil is a toss-up. Yan versus Sean, I'm really confident in Yan. Brady versus Bilal is a toss-up. TJ versus Aljo, I'm confident in TJ. Charles versus Islam, is going to be a very interesting fight, but I'm going Charles. How would Pena versus Holly go? I think Holly Holm would tune her up. I dream of Miesha Tate versus Pena potential super fight. Stop it. And also, they're like friends. Yeah, I just got food during the breaks or walked around. Nice haircut, bro. Wow. All you need to do is trim your sideburns and blend into the beard. All you need to do. Okay. I'll work on that. I didn't trim my beard after I got the haircut. So I just got my haircut earlier today. So how do you think Cruz looked in the Munoz fight? I think he looked good. He faced some adversity early and then was able to come back and win the second and third round. I'll send a pic of bridge seating in Discord, but it's a high up seat, but you see everything. I wonder how much those will be at MSG. I've never even heard of that. Yeah, that's so high, though. Yeah, but I guess you can watch on the monitor. I guess that's not bad. I see what you mean. I kind of see the arena on the side. Who wins a striking battle between Rousey and Pena? Rousey. I mean, Pena's striking is god-awful. Did you see Gracie talking about Nick Diaz versus Conor McGregor? Oh, my. No, I did not, and I don't want to hear about it. Why are main events like Arman versus Gamrot more accepted than Dern Yan? More exciting prospects? Yes. Thoughts on Sergey Spivak? I don't think he's ever going to be towards the top of the division, but I mean, he's put on some decent performances. Sergey Spivak versus Lewis, who wins? I'd go Sergey Spivak at this point. Late ASL, haha. Okay, you're here now, JJ Smoke. That's all that matters. Edgar versus Yanez at MSG. Edgar versus I'd like it. I don't think the UFC is going to make that fight. I don't think the UFC is going to make that fight, but maybe they could sacrifice Edgar. Guys, do me a favor. Go like the stream real quick. Help push out the stream to more people. We have 14 likes and we have over 33 people in the stream. So run up the likes on the stream. Also, guys, if you want to join the members Discord, listen, guys, I'm telling you, it'll be the best $3 you ever spent. You get a bunch of benefits, loyalty badges, custom emojis to use in the chat, as well as the comments. But the main benefit is the members Discord. If you want to join, the link is in the description, but I'll also post it in the live chat. Click on that link, become a member. It's $3. It's a great way to support the channel, and you get to join the members Discord, which is the best benefits. How big was Rousey back then? I'm kind of a new fan, so I don't know how. She was selling over 1 million pay-per-views. That's how big she was. She was massive. Usman's brother versus Ngannou. Ngannou for sure. Who wins at 55 right now, Miller or Edgar? I take Edgar. Big fan, bro. Love your videos. Thank you, Llama. I appreciate it. Joey got a haircut. Just tuned in. Yes. Hardest hitter 145 of all time. Maybe Connor. Maybe Connor. Would Rose versus Dern be a better headliner? Yes. Who would win, Cruz versus O'Malley? I'd probably pick O'Malley at this point. But I don't know. That'd be that's the fight that I wanted to see. I think that's 50-50. I'm actually pretty confident in Dom this weekend. Cheeto's only perks are to chop the legs and land big shots and end it after losing every round. Very true. Yeah, I will check it out. What do you think the UFC will give Mo Usman next? I have no idea. Probably a winnable fight, maybe like a Walt Harris or something if he's even still in the UFC. How much did your haircut cost? $250. I'm kidding. I don't even know, to be honest. Not that much. Not that much at all. That's an odd question, though. I never even think about that afterwards. I mean, I got a bunch of tabs up. Okay, there we go. Looks like it's going to work. Looks like it's going to work. Yes. Vera will finish Cruz late. We will see. Who has the most interesting fight style to watch? One of my favorite fight styles to watch is Charles Oliveira. I mean, it's an unbelievable fight style. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The way he just pieces everything together. He's always exciting. He's not worried about eating shots because he'll just fall to his back to recover. And he has great grappling, great submissions. He'll rock you. He rocks you. Most guys are looking for the ground and pound finish. He's looking to snatch your neck, your arm, anything he can grab and finish you that way. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him versus Islam Makhachev. That's the biggest fight of the year for me. This is Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev is my most anticipated fight of this whole year in general. It's the most excited I've been for a fight in a long while. Who has the most? Okay, thoughts on Burns, Neal? I don't want to see Burns, Neal. I think it's a great matchup. I want to see Burns versus Masvidal. Give me Neal versus Shavkat. Rousey, one of the biggest stars to ever step foot in the octagon? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Could Jorge beat Wonderboy right now? It's possible, but I would still pick Wonderboy. I would still pick Wonderboy in that fight. I once paid $100 for the worst haircut I've ever had. Jeez Louise, that sounds terrible. Any heavyweight prospects? Alexander Romanov, which is on UFC 278, which I talk about in my grading UFC 278 video. So you go check that out. That's the most recent on the channel. Let's see how that's doing. I'm not even sure. I used to really pay close attention. It's doing pretty well. It's not doing great. It's not doing terrible. But I think it's doing pretty decent. Has a good click-through rate. And usually my videos start slow and then kind of blow up a little bit. Let's see. My Cody Garbrandt video did very well. Has good watch time, good average view retention. Let's see what that is. Okay, that video, the Cody Garbrandt video is doing very good on my channel. If you guys haven't checked those out yet, I did how good is UFC 278, and I also did a video about Cody Garbrandt's next fight and how it's pivotal to his career. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go check those out after the stream. But I'm going to be releasing my prediction video for Marlon Vera versus Dominick Cruz after the stream. Off topic, but B More has some of the weirdest accents. Do I have like a notable accent to you? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying other ones? Let me know. When you guys hear my voice, does it sound like a specific accent of any sort? Like, let me know. I'm curious. I really hope Islam gets knocked out cold. Dude is overrated. Okay, fair enough. I think he definitely is overrated a bit, but he's very good as well. Prime Wonderboy versus Izzy. Current Izzy. Who wins? Current Izzy. Thoughts on Khamzat Usman? I love that fight. I'm dying to see that fight. And I want to see Khamzat Usman next if they both win their fights. And I would go with Khamzat. G3 versus Silva. Feel like G3 is massively underrated. Don't know much about Bruno Silva. Why is he a favorite? Bruno Silva is very, very good. Bruno Silva had a very competitive fight with Alex Pereira. I'm going Bruno Silva, but it could be Gerald Meerschaert with the upset. You should do more videos like is 279 worth your money and do it for. I do that for every pay-per-view. That's just the first time I put that in the thumbnail, but that might be my go-to in the thumbnail for that video. But every pay-per-view since, actually, I kind of started it on my second video on the channel where I talked about the event. I didn't give it a grade, but the second video on the channel is what morphed into what that video is now, where I talk about each fight and then I give it a grade at the end. But yeah, I plan on keep doing that for every video. But I just try out different thumbnails for it, and I thought that would be a good one. Is it good? So is it good for, to see how see how the thumbnail does different versus other thumbnails for the same videos. So there you go. Who do you think has the power to knock out Ngannou? Derek Lewis. Stipe Miocic probably could chin him too. So, Joey, I made an argument to the boys in the chat yesterday. I was saying Vicente was overrated. He may very well be. He didn't look great against Jeff Neal. And I think back now, I might have overrated him too. I think back to that Wonderboy beating at UFC 244 where Wonderboy just lit him up all fight. The first round was kind of competitive, but after that, it was brutal. Bruno Silva had a competitive fight with Alex Pereira. That's why he's the favorite. There you go. You sound middle. I thought you said Middle Eastern for a second. Midwestern, can't lie. Believe it or not, I've had people ask me if I'm Middle Eastern before. I get really tan in the summer. I haven't really got that tan this summer, but a lot of times I get really tan, and next thing you know, people are asking me if I'm from the Middle East. It's very strange. Not really, but dudes like Gervonta Davis, you can definitely hear it. Okay. Still wish MVP from Bellator got a chance in the UFC versus Wonderboy. He might eventually. I mean, he's in bare knuckle right now. He's going to fight in bare knuckle, but we'll see. We'll see what happens after that. I mean, that's kind of weird that he's fighting in bare knuckle against Mike Perry, but I think there's a chance MVP comes to the UFC. I would like to see him too. Come here from the MMA Guru raid. Okay. I didn't know there was a raid, but okay. On a 1 to 10 scale, how angry would you be if Charles versus Islam was canceled 2, 3 times? 10, a million, I'd be livid. I'd be absolutely pissed. I'd be depressed if, in fact, it was canceled even once. So, who do you think would give Khamzat the hardest time? Usman, for sure. Who wins, Izzy or Usman? Izzy. Would stuff the takedowns and beat him up on the feet. So, that's what I think would happen. I think it's kind of whack how people are calling Luque overrated when they were picking him versus Neal. Yeah, true. Could Chris Curtis lose to Bruno Silva or Gerald Meerschaert? Gerald Meerschaert, I doubt it. Bruno Silva, yes. Bruno Silva is very good. Which fight made you the most disappointed? What was the most disappointing fight? There's been a few that's been really disappointing. But off the top of my head, I can't think of right now. I'll get back to that. To be fair, you do look Armenian. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either way. But it's weird. I've been asked that a couple times, probably like 10, 15 times in the last couple of years if I'm from the Middle East. Luque isn't overrated. He just can't deal with southpaws, and Neal's reinvented himself. And Neal's very good too. There was a recent report that Costa didn't miss weight against Vettori, and the bout was originally scheduled for 205 because of his bicep injury, and Vettori wasn't aware. UFC should apologize to Costa. I haven't seen that report, but it's one of those things where I thought something was weird going on at the time. I thought something really weird was going on because the way Costa was just acting and the way the UFC was kind of radio silent on it. So it wouldn't surprise me. How's your lawn? It's okay. I still could tend to it better. I actually cut it today. What would be your reaction if Jarrett Vandera robbed your house? I'd whoop his ass probably. So I wouldn't have to worry about it. Who would win in Askren versus Masvidal too? I'd probably pick Masvidal. How much is the difference do you think there is in pay in bare knuckle compared to Bellator? I have no idea on that one. I literally haven't the faintest clue. One Championship has some solid cards coming up. Yeah, see, I have a hard time paying attention to One Championship just because of the time difference. But now that it's on Amazon, I might be able to try to watch it more. Okay, that's someone else. In retrospect, now that we have seen Luque recently, isn't it a shame that the fight didn't come to fruition? In retrospect, now that we've seen Luque recently, isn't it a shame that the fight didn't come to fruition for Diaz? Yeah, I would have preferred Diaz versus Luque. I think Luque would have brutalized him though. But it would have been interesting. It would have been a better matchup than the Khamzat fight. Seems like it would have been a better, yes. If Dana were to offer you first row ticket, all expense trade to Abu Dhabi for $280, would you do it? I don't really like flying, so maybe, but I mean, I'd probably have to, but I'd be scared. Izzy Jarrett was shit. Yes, it was. How shocked would you be if Nate Diaz pulled? I would be floored, absolutely floored. Okay. Yeah, sure. Definitely sit on his lap. Yep. Have you watched more? I've finished The Boys. The other day, actually. If Pena robbed your pockets, could you defend yourself? Possible a 3-piece with a soda. I mean, if her striking looked like anything like it did against, if Pena looks like her striking looks anything like she looked against Nunes in the rematch, she's gonna be slipping on a banana peel. Thoughts on? I forgot how to say his name, but I know who you're talking about. Who did he just recently lose to? Didn't he lose to someone? I can't remember who it was. Or Chev. I forgot the Santa Claus or Slava Claus or whatever. Let's see. Who did he just lose to? Mark Dietsky, or however you pronounce his name. I was high on him after seeing him on the Contender Series, but then he didn't look good in the Chikesi fight. So he looks pretty decent, good striking, well rounded, but I don't know. After losing that fight, I don't know how far he can go. Who would win in Izzy Costa 2? Izzy, thoughts on Song Yadong? hilarious name, good speed, good power. Can't wait to see him against Corey Sandhagen, but that's going to be a tough fight, and we'll know more about him. Who are the top 5 hardest working UFC fighters, all weight classes? John Henry, I have no idea on that one. My brain is destroyed. When is the next Eagle FC fight night? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Loving the haircut. Have you ever thought of blending the beard into the fade on the side? Usually I do. Usually I trim it up. I just haven't had a chance to trim it up yet. So it'll be like that next time you see me on stream. Immediate reaction if Caitlin Chukagian called you a dumbass. I wouldn't care. I'd laugh. What's your biggest Mystic Mac moment? I mean, what prediction was the most accurate? I predicted Nate Diaz to win by second round rear naked choke in the Conor McGregor fight at UFC 290 or 196 when he stepped in on short notice, and I predicted it to a T. I swear, you're never going to believe it because a lot of people were picking Conor. I said Conor's going to beat him up for the first round, but he's going to fade. Nate Diaz is so durable and the perfect recipe to beat him. And sure enough, it happened. I actually convinced, I don't bet. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, why didn't you put money on it? I don't bet. I convinced one of my buddies to bet on it. I said, look, I'm very confident in this. And he put money on it. He won a shit ton of money. What makes you scared of flying? Just the fact that I'm not the person controlling the plane. I don't trust them. Like if I wouldn't be scared of flying at all if I'm flying the plane. Well, right now I would because I don't have the experience, but you get the point. I just don't trust other people. You know, I drive everywhere. You know, I don't really let anyone else drive, and it's just one of those things. Can you give Dana White Contender Series another chance tomorrow? I don't know. What was your thoughts on the finale of The Boys? I kind of saw it coming. But I thought overall it was good. I thought it was good. I like the show. It's different. It's definitely different. But I basically saw everything that happened. I saw they were going to bring in the grandson. I wish we'd have got someone. You know, maybe I thought we were going to get a main character die off. So, best boxer in UFC all time. I have no clue. On thoughts, opinions on the drought going on this summer, feels like it never rained. I don't know. We had 2 massive thunderstorms here recently. Thoughts on Ferguson Hooker? I like the matchup. It's a winnable fight for Ferguson. My friend is a huge Colby Covington fan. I was telling him how he's ducking people and that I think that Burns would beat him, and he said Burns has no chance. Am I right? I think Burns' style beats him. I think that's 50-50, but I would probably pick Burns. I think he's the better striker, and I don't think he'd be worried about going to the ground with him. Name all the weight classes, champ, you can beat realistically. None. How long did it take for you to grow out your beard? Well, realistically, since I started the channel, I stopped shaving it off. But if I shaved all this off today, it'd be back in like a week and a half. Bo Nickel versus Costa, who wins? No idea. I believe in that. How ironic you had a Mystic Mac moment against the Mystic Mac. Yes. I saw some pilots fall asleep mid-flight or some ones that are just like, you know what, I'm going to end it all. And they crash into the side of a mountain or something. You know, I don't want to deal with that. Jake Collier versus Chris Barnett. I'll go Jake Collier. Do you like sunny days or cloudy days? I personally like gloomy days for some reason. I just like days with a good temperature, like 70, 80 degrees, 75 degrees is ideal probably. I just don't like right now. Recently, it's been like 95 degrees. It was like 93 today. I think it's supposed to be 98 tomorrow. I don't like extreme heat or extreme cold. Opinions on Max Holloway. He's in a very tough spot right now. A very, very tough spot. How would you do against Sherman in the cage? Be realistic. I would lose to Sherman. What's up, buddy? Do you think when Charles submits Islam on his home turf, he will call out Habib? I hope he does. I hope he does. You look like a sunny day sort of kid. Okay. Travel by plane is actually very safe because the odds of crashing are low. I agree 100%. I know that for a fact. You're safer in a plane than you are in a car. I just don't like not being the one controlling the vehicle, for lack of a better word. Would you call the cops if Curtis Blades, if Curtis, what are you even saying there? Sure. No, probably not. I'd probably whoop him. What do you think? Who do you think Shavkat fights next? I'd like to see him against Jeff Neal. I think that makes a lot of sense right now. If you look at the division, and who doesn't want to see that fight? Yeah, but there's a lot of great options. Burns would be great. Wonderboy would be great. I just want to see him tested against somebody closer to the top of the division, after his big win in his last fight. To dominate Neil Magny in the fashion he did. It's great. Favorite food? Chicken of some sort, whether it be a chicken sandwich, chicken breast, chicken wings, something like that. What if your friend that knew how to fly a plane was flying it instead? If any of my friends knew how to fly a plane, I'm definitely not getting on with them. I think these contenders will be even more confident against Holloway now Volk low-key took away his aura of invincibility. Yes, I agree. Would Colby be more interesting champ than Usman? Looks like you need to get a private jet. Yeah, and I need to take flying lessons too. Can Jose Aldo become bantamweight champion? Yes. Hey, Joey, do you follow Cage Warriors? No, I do not, unfortunately. I'm sorry. The only guy we all have a chance against in the UFC is Bruce Buffer. He will kick all of us. Okay. Thoughts on Andrew Gate? I don't even know really who he is too much outside of some clips that I saw. So I don't really have any thoughts. Chito Cruz prediction. That video will be coming out at the end of this stream. I just uploaded it before I got on here. So that video will be out and you'll be able to watch it at the end of the stream. We're going to go for a little bit longer. If you guys have not already, do me a favor and like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Apparently this guy is a straight up weirdo. So goodbye. Go make a new account. Go make a new account, my friend. Same. I haven't flown and will never get on a plane. I get on will magically crash. Yeah, if I could get on with like a parachute, if I could wear a parachute, they definitely wouldn't let that because then they think I was doing something. If I could like wear a parachute the entire flight, I would get on. But I've flown before actually. I don't like I'm scared of heights and I don't like the thought of being up in the air and I'm not flying the plane. So it's one of those things. Also, everyone, let's spam the Chris Curtis emoji, by the way. We just had to drop the man hammer. Look, I do this channel for fun. I'm not going to have anybody coming in here and asking questions all cool and then throwing out insults for I don't care what this guy says, but banned from the channel. Go make an account. Go make a new account. I don't need you here. I don't want you here. Goodbye. Look, Dabrowski spamming the emojis. Scobie that's my favorite emoji to use. By the way, guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, how do we have 40 people in here, 20 likes? So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you ain't liking the stream. Who is your favorite fighter in each division, including females as well? Jeez Louise, asking the real questions. Flyweight. Probably Moreno or Figgy. Bantamweight, Jan. Featherweight, Volkanovski. Lightweight, Charles Oliveira. Welterweight, Khamzat Chimaev. Middleweight, I don't know at middleweight. Middleweight's a tough one. Maybe Kelvin Gastelum, always putting on exciting fights. Light heavyweight, Yuri. Heavyweight, Francis. Strawweight, Weili Zhang. Flyweight, Valentina Shevchenko. Women's bantamweight, none. And women's featherweight doesn't exist. So yeah, same. MMA Joey Army, Lamel. This card this weekend outside of the main event is a little underwhelming. Yeah, it's terrible. It's actually terrible. I had a friend change their Instagram pic and name to convince the other friend Mike Tyson was going to kick his ass for chalk and trash. That seems like a lot to go through to talk some shit. Dream matchups in the UFC divisions: Francis Ngannou, John Jones, Khamzat Usman. There's probably other ones. Yuri Prohaska Izzy is a dream matchup of mine. So there you go. The only time I got in the air was for emergency surgery. I have no clue what was going on, so it wasn't scary. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you weren't even paying attention, that's fine. If you could make your dream fight happen before 2023, who are you picking? Charles Oliveira, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Would you rather fight Andrew? None of them. None of them. None of them. None of them. I don't want to. I don't want to give. I don't want to help them make any money, even if I'm making money off of it. You watching the Contender Series tomorrow? Probably not. I could probably be swayed, but I don't know. That first week just has me really put off. Really, really put off. I think Jones is the only heavyweight that I'd favor over Ngannou right now. I agree. I think Stipe could maybe pull it off, but it's tough to say. Let's see. Who wins? Godzilla? Okay, I don't know. Most well-rounded fighter in each division all time. That's too tough, man. I can't think right now. That's a tough one. Every UFC champion at once? What the heck? For 10 million? I guess. I guess so. Spamming out. Why are we spamming out irrelevant people? What are we talking about there? What are you talking about, French fries? Oh, I see what you mean. I understand what you're talking about now. It is what it is. It could be worse. X out of this tab. Don't need this. Okay, let me see something. Discard. I think Stipe's too old. Yeah, he's getting up there and getting, in age. So, Alex Pereira versus Yuri, who would win? I think Yuri could out-grapple him. New haircut? Yeah, I mean, it's not a new haircut. I just got a haircut today. I think Stipe's biggest mistake was losing all that weight. Like, bro, you're not fighting DC. You have a 265 killer waiting. Yeah, that could have been the mistake there. Did you ever consider starting an MMA career when you first became a fan? Do you specialize in any jiu-jitsu? No. I had never considered it. I just been a fan. And I just don't want to take brain damage for a living ever. Joey, I would like a short and sweet fight analysis for this question. It's been bugging me, so please take you. Stop it. Stop it, dude. Stop it. I'm not even saying that name ever. I'm not even saying that name ever on stream. All right, guys. So look, if you have any final questions, throw them in the chat. If not, I will be back Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. But you guys will get to see my newest prediction video. I'm about to release it right this very second. And what I want you guys to do is I want each and every one of you to go like, comment, and watch this video in its entirety. Help boost it in the algorithm. There's 40 people in here. I expect 40 likes on this video. I just released it. I literally just released it. So go watch it. Go like it. Go comment on it. You guys are the first to see it. I just released it. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys went and did everything I asked. Watch it till the end. Comment on it. Like it. And boost it in the algorithm. So thank you guys for joining me for this late night stream. I'll be back Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to go to sleep now. It's late. So enjoy the rest of your night, guys, and I will talk to you later. Go watch the prediction video. Good night.